Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Alright, review time. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on this channel. And today I will be talking about Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So let's get started, as that donut is being invaded by a demon cat. Okay, eventually we'll be invaded, but not now. Let's get started. My name is Sean, and welcome to this video. Alright, Frankenstein is one of the best novels of its time. It's the first science fiction novel, although some people debate that it isn't. Wait a second. Alright, in the 17th century, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was created, and then The Last Man, well, actually did define it. It's not the first actual pure science fiction novel, but it is the first science fiction novel, depending on what you realize as science fiction itself. For Frankenstein, and note here, Frankenstein is not the monster, it is the scientist who created the monster. Remember that now, because it is going to be very, very confusing once you watch the movies and like, huh? Why is it not like the book? Alright, moving on. Here it starts with a series of letters that John Green calls boring. And it also eventually turns out to be one of the most important factors of the book, because it introduces the situation of Robert was in, and also introduces when and how he meets Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein, the Victor Frankenstein. Although his secret was never let out that he created life, which probably has soul less, according to a movie called I, Frankenstein. Other than that, Victor Frankenstein tells a story from his baby years all the way to Intergalstat, then creating the Frankenstein's monster that looks a lot like jigsaw pieces stitched together. Ouch. And also creating all the way to trying to murder it, learning the secret of the Frankenstein's monster's life, from up to the point of being created all the way to the point of meeting Frankenstein again. Then trying to create a mate, refuses it, like slice, throw in river, get enraged, monster killed Henry Clerval, Frankenstein's friend, while Frankenstein was dumping all the body parts of the female Frankenstein's monster into the river. And then got arrested because they thought that those body parts were Henry Clerval. Because, well, how is that possible when Henry Clerval's body is in their possession? Maybe that's a variant. I am not even sure if that makes sense. Other than all of the other sensitive parts that don't really make sense, skip those parts. Frankenstein is an analogy. It somehow fights for the women's rights. And Mary Shelley herself wrote it, so it's technically that women can write fiction. At first, in 1880, she wrote it anonymously, that everyone thought it was Percy Shelley, because men are better than women. At least they thought that was correct back then. Now we know that it doesn't really matter who you are, because we're all equal underneath us. At least our personalities. Most people think so. And then when in 1831, Mary Shelley actually published it under her name, everyone was like, hey, this book is a fraud. I do not like this book anymore. And now, in the modern world, we like this book. That is very, very confusing. Frankenstein is a classic of its time. It's a classic Gothic novel. It's the first classic science fiction novel, and that's the reason why I like it. An analysis of it might say that it fights for women's suffrages, as well as, well, motives of what science can do. It also talks a bit about science, and the science part is probably what Mary Shelley tries to tell everyone, that science is good, curiosity is good, but it can be dangerous. And some things should stay uninvented because of their potential. And they should not be invented because of what it can do or the evil. And if hell exists, that invention, if it's living, has a soul, then dies, it would definitely go to hell if it did a lot of bad things. And for Frankenstein, well, if he does eventually have a good soul, changes it into a good soul, he'll probably go to heaven. But the Frankenstein the novel will most definitely go to hell. Or maybe somewhere between heaven and hell, if that place even exists. Oh well. Mary Shelley did a good job creating this novel. Frankenstein is a mash of gothic and science fiction literature, and it even talks about the extent of science and what could happen with it. And also fighting people with that a woman can be as strong as a man. And any woman can fight a monster, especially if it's their own creation. As if Mary Shelley would ever fight Frankenstein. That's unbelievable. Or is it? Meh. I don't really care. But how Frankenstein got my respect is as being one of the first science fiction novels, and also helping to create a new literature in the whole world for children, men, and women. Mary Shelley earned my respect. And so came to be 131 films of Frankenstein. And that is the end of this episode. What do you think about Frankenstein? Please tell me in the comments below, if you're watching this on YouTube, that is. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Not out. Peace. And now presenting Frankenstein's cat. Frankenstein's white cat. Whoa, that was creepy.